The Mofang Jiaoxi Meilong 3C, or we just call it the Meilong 3C, is an interesting cube for $4. And since it's $4, we just consider it a budget cube. But I'm just going to be reviewing it today. And I've actually have used it for a couple of days, and I did something to the tensions, but I can describe what it was from factory tensions. Alright, now let's unbox it again. And I just said again because I already did this before my own time to actually adjust tensions, but I wanted to put it back in the box so you could get the unboxing experience that you would probably want. So let's look at the box first. We got I think it's Mofang Jiaoxi, that's what it says. Meilong 3C. I'm most likely wrong. I can't read Chinese, but that's just what it looks like compared to when you see the Mofang Jiaoxi logo right there. That looks like that. Oh, I think that says Moyu then. It might be Moyu. You never know. Then there's extra information, which I don't understand. Variations of the Meilong. And the world record. And that looks like the Qi logo. If I can get it to focus on here. Yeah, it's a Qi logo. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. So now that's the Qi logo. That's just a little misleading. And yeah, sorry with blurred right there. I don't do recordings often. And there's the cube. And I was pretty sure, yep, there's generic pamphlet. We call it generic pamphlets because it's pretty generic. Obviously, you're not going to expect a premium box because it's $4. I just see cubes that don't even come in box. This doesn't even come in plastic wrap. Okay, so it looks like in the beginning, we have the guy who probably invented the Meilong. Piece design. Maybe let's zoom in a little. Let's get clear. Okay, yeah. I'm going to try to focus so you can really see it more. Yes. Okay, so we got the piece design. And then we got the, like, it says RLUDFB. Like, those letters, when they show the algorithms, it comes in letters. And that's what each letter means. And then XYZ rotations. And then the rest of it is just how to solve the cube. So that's nice. If you could read Chinese, then you could probably be able... I'm pretty sure these are like the captions of what it's going to do to your cube, what you need to do, etc., etc. So I'm just going to put this back in the box. And let's look at the cube itself. There we go, focus. And let's get into some first turns. The way I lubed this, because the only lube I actually had around was lunar, so I put lunar in the core lube because there was spring noise and I wanted to reduce it, so that was the way I could do it. So I would take the screw spring out and then put lunar around it, then just screw it back in. So these are on loose medium tensions-ish for what I did. And it came with the tightest tensions probably, but you could probably screw it tighter, but it would be really hard to. So these are the loose medium tensions. The factory tensions, you couldn't really corner cut 45 and stuff like that because they were tight tensions. And this is meant for people who are kind of learning how to cube. So you're gonna want to use tight tensions. Otherwise, it's gonna go like that for them. It's just go too loose. But I'm not one who's getting really into cubing. I can work with loose tensions. And it's the Cubing Classroom series. Let me focus on that. Yep, Cubing Classroom. And that name, you would just think it's really like more of a classroom thing when you're learning how to get into cubing, really. Classroom learning, those words go together. It makes sense. Now, so the corner cutting on our tensions. So 45, yes. So it's cutting around that 60 degree. Wow, it's cutting where it should reverse. Wow, that's pretty good. That's good for what this cube. Okay, maybe you have to like wiggle it here, but like corner cuts pretty much almost everywhere. Reverse. Around that first line. Yeah, just around the first line. Otherwise, it's gonna, if you go like a little bit past, it's gonna go as a normal corner cut. So yeah, I can corner cut pretty much everywhere. Just maybe except in that very spot. So yeah, you can safely say it corner cuts almost everywhere. Just except for just a small amount of spots. You would really have to go to a small amount of measurements to really reach that spot that can't corner cut. But you know what? Corner cutting is thumbs up for me. Okay, so now, since we did some first turns, I'll just do some first turns again, just in case I missed that. Yeah, so this is smooth. I'm having a little bit of lockups because I'm not turning off that. There we go. Yeah, now it's turning smooth. It's really just the intention of the turning style put into the cube, that how it reacts. Yep, that's really smooth. Also, apparently a lot of hair keeps catching on to it. That's a little problem I had. I don't know if that came inside the cube or that's my hair that just somehow on the table. I can't even tell. Let me just wipe if there is, because I can't even see any. Alright. So let's take off all of the center caps to see the design on the inside. Design on the inside. That's what I meant to say, just in case you missed that. Now, using my nails was not very fortunate. Oh, I mean, like, it didn't really come out with my nails. So I used the screwdriver rather so I have to find that latch right there. I have to focus. I have to keep focusing on things now, right? Yep, there's a small latch there, which the screwdriver can just... Yeah, you get the point. Now let's continue with the unlatching of the center caps, I assume. Wow, that is oh, it's some aggressive center caps. Yes, one more. There we go. We got 5. Also, have you heard of the Mei GCE? I'm pretty sure it has the Meilong core, so that's pretty interesting. Okay, so I'll just turn it without the center caps just for comparison. Yeah, it feels a little bit more hollow because those center caps are thick. Like, kind of thick. They're more thicker than your average center caps. Yeah. You can definitely tell it is more thicker. Okay. And let's look at the sun. I have to keep refocusing. I'm just not going to even mention anymore. So we can see it's a little bit glossy with the lube, because I actually lubed the core with Lunar because it was the only thing I had on me. Why do I need to keep refocusing? Oh my god. Oh yeah, so there's Lunar. That's the one thing I had with me. And I have just no patience. So that's why I had to use Lunar. And yeah, we can see that there's little slots here. If you want to put 96 magnets, you have to use the right slots of each thing or the left slots. Really up to you. And yeah, and then it's just a screwdriver. Fairly simple, really. Then, of course, with the screwdriver, use a screw. Wait, no. First, with a screw, you have to use a screwdriver for adjustment. Yes, that's what I meant. Okay, and now I think that would be covered that. Let's go into the piece design. Like the actual pieces. There's an edge with the torpedo, and that torpedo is really in there, so you can't just pull it out. You're gonna have to maybe twist a little bit, but since mine's on fairly loose tensions, I can just pull it out. But still, when you turn it, even if it's loose, it has that anti-pop. Actually, I only need one edge, one corner, not one edge, two corners, because just two corners is not gonna work out. Okay, let's put that back and move the cube aside. All right, so looking into the edge, we see that it's completely smooth. You can see little scratches, that's from the other piece's contact. And then actually here, which the Meilong does not have, I've heard, there is a groove. There's actually a groove. When you put your finger here, you can really feel it sinking a little bit. So there is grooves for even lube distribution. At $4, you shouldn't be expecting this, really. And there's a piece of hair. Love the quality control here. Okay, and yep, it's just the same for here as well. Harder to show. Yep, there it is. You can see it now. You can see it much better. See what I'm talking about. Oh, those screws have grooves in it. Or those scratches. Probably just scratches. But yeah, now let's actually break apart the edge, because why not? So the interior of the edges is simple, and that hollowness can explain for why it's so light. If I didn't mention how light it is pretty light, for sure. We can leave that open, actually. Now we can use this corner, and look what's inside the corner. Hair, of course, you gotta have that hair. Okay. Now focusing on the corner, we have two inner we have two grooves that get a little bit deep. So there's groove here and groove here, and this can be found all around the corner. There and right there. Now, of course, I'm pretty sure you wanted to see the inside of the corner. We could do that. Just pull it apart. Alright, so the corner is a little bit more complicated. Let's move this screw out of the way. Then the edges. So you can just make them stand up. So these all have these little latches on them, which latch on to the other latches from the corners. So it's kind of simple concept, but a complicated design. Even the corner stock has latches. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now we have to reassemble the corner based on how the corner is. So we have to put the white on the top, red on the right, and green on the left. So since let's start with the top, white on the top. So you're gonna want the corner stock of that white to actually go in like a normal corner would, and that's how it would go in. And now we're gonna choose red on the right. So we're gonna find the thing that goes on the right, which is red. And now you want to make sure that corner stock meets up there. And now you're gonna find a way to put the latches together. Yep, like that. Okay, it's not going together. Yep, there we go. And now the green is pretty self-explanatory. You just put that back. You try to find a way for the latches to fit in. Let me focus. Maybe I'll just be mentioning the focuses. And then you just find a way, and it's in. And then after that, you put that in. And I got a little bit of lube on my hands, so let me just wash that off. Well, not really wash, I just have a cloth. And then we can put the edge together either way, because this is how the edges are designed. Okay. And then stretch the corner so the torpedo can fit. It's just gonna go suddenly, like a loud jerk. Well, not really loud, but like it's gonna suddenly just go in. Maybe I should just tilt it 45. Usually I don't have to because of the tension. There we go. See, it's in. And I'm gonna wash well, not wash. Oh my god. Rub the cube of its lube because the lube is on my hands a little bit, and I wanted to get that off the cube. So yeah, we looked in the inside, so I'm just going, once I put the center caps back on, I'm going to wrap it up with my final thoughts. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Final thoughts. This thing is okay. In my final thoughts, I might include something I haven't included before, so I guess that's why the final thoughts is there. Maybe, I don't know. So the Meilong 3C is a really nice cube with some non-budget qualities built into it. But so the pros of the Meilong would be the super smooth turning once you obviously tension it. A little bit rough when you originally get it, maybe a little bit dry as well. Still a little bit dry, but not concerningly dry. So that's alright. And then I forgot to, well, I mean, it's kind of obvious. There are no magnets, as you can tell by the turning. Yeah, you could tell. And yeah, it's just smooth. There are grooves for lube distribution. We have center caps that are somewhat easy to pull off, but they are pullable, unlike, for example, a Rubik's brand. And from moving from a Rubik's brand to here, you're going to feel a lot of differences. One, this is significantly lighter because it is more hollow on the inside than, for example, a Rubik's brand. Two, it also has this anti-pop mechanism in there, unlike a Rubik's brand, of course. And I will just bring a modified Rubik's brand, but it doesn't have any piece design changes, just a little bit modified with a lot of lube and all that. So let me just take this off the Rubik's brand and explain. That's Rubik's brand piece, and here is a Meilong piece. Maybe I should take this off the normal way. 45 and twist. Okay. So see how the Rubik's brand does not have a torpedo, but the actual thing is a little bit bigger. But that doesn't do well in anti-pop. Because if you just try to corner cut 45, that's going to pop out. Because of the no torpedo design they got going on. So that's nice. Well, not really. Just put that back. And I'll put it down. So if you are moving from a Rubik's brand, it's really gonna be good. There are virtually no cons for that, since if you have a Rubik's brand, you're probably not gonna have that high of expectations. Now, the only cons I've been seeing is that the plastic feels cheap, which is to be expected, of course, but it's a con, so I have to throw it in there. It is actually weak for magnetization, so if you put strong magnets in here, your plastic will tear more, I'm assuming. I got help from somebody, so that person said that the plastic is weak, and it's also pretty flimsy, I guess. That's just how it feels for me. But yeah, if you can, it's for me, I would be able to put those aside. I would just be fine with those. I wouldn't really notice it during solves. But if I was like really a very concerned cuber, probably would not. Probably would go for something a little bit more expensive, maybe. Yeah, so that's my final thoughts, and this is the Meilong 3C. This concludes the video.